community, and that's very dope. Like I think that's one of the reasons that we click, because like we're also always thinking about what could we do for others instead of like what could they do for us all the time. You know, it has to be a balance. So Noah's the shit, man, for real.
Definitely shit. Yeah, I mean, eventually I do want to try to get in contact with him, even to pretty much have so many questions. Sorry, man, this freaking dinner is still backing
I'm
up.
sure. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
he's not unreachable. You know, like I'm sure you're gonna get it. Like
Yeah, one of these days for sure. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just here to show and improving, and then enough with just to talk about it, just walking the talk that I'm doing. So that's why I've been doing interviews pretty much every day since last Thursday, so almost a week now, or about a week.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
Chewy's really dope, man. I bring him up in almost every interview I've done so far, but yeah, Chewy's dope.
Yeah. I just started really like getting more into the Triz and Chewy movement and stuff, and I think they're dropping a project soon.
Mm-hmm.
They're really dope too, man. Like some West Coast shit, some raw. Like they're dope.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like Chewy even told me like, "Oh, hit up Triz. Tell him that you interviewed me. He'll fuck with you." And I'm like, "All right." And then it's kind of difficult to get a hold of him, but it's cool. I'm not really tripping on it. I mean, I kind of understand anyway. That's like one thing I'm getting used to with this whole interviewing thing, But it's fine. Eventually it's gonna come up though. So that's one thing for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anywhere and anything, like any market, like there's always gonna be a bunch of no's before you get the yes. So
absolutely,
Yeah.
So, I have like a couple more questions, and then we're gonna dip out of here to where, I think I've never seen a thumbnail for a video you put up. I didn't see it yet. But, you almost died on tour?
Man, what was that? What time was that? There was a few.
Man, I believe so.
Hold up.
Let me see.
Kev, what was the episode of like me almost dying on tour? Was it the car swerving on our way to Colorado? Okay. So we were like, we had just rocked Denver, Colorado, and my friends were being stubborn. Like, we were all just like, yo, let's just go home. Like if Cali was around the corner. We were in fucking Denver, Colorado, and they're like, let's just go home right now. Like, which was like 13 hours away. So we're...
Yeah, sure. It's not a problem. Yeah, all right. That sounds amazing. Let's go.
We're like, oh, let's just go home. We're like, and it was like my boy Adam and myself. And then like Adam drove a little bit, and he got tired, so he's like, yo, it's like, what's up? Like help me out. So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm like driving, and then I start falling asleep, and I eventually ended up kind of like closing my eyes, and then when I opened them, I was about to run into like this trailer, like a big car, like bigger than our little Honda and shit. And like I woke up in just enough time to swerve out of the way, because I was going straight for it. Like I was straight gonna crash into this like mobile home, like this mobile home thing. And like I literally, like, I don't know, I just feel grateful that I woke up just in time to swerve out of the way. And then coming from Colorado, it's this big center divider of sand. Like, it's like when you're coming from Vegas to Cali, and there's like sand in the middle of the highways.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this wide thing just separating like north and south type shit. And I basically did like a 360. It might have been a 540, bro, but luckily, like I didn't even hit anything. I literally just got out of the road and did like a 360 to 540. And I've never done that in my life, so I was just like waiting for the car to stop spinning, and I was just in the car like, oh fuck, like shit was crazy. Yeah. Long story short, that shit was pretty nuts. But I mean,
like Fourth and everybody else in the car is like, what the fuck?
They were actually asleep, and I had to wake them up. Like, yo guys, I just 540 out of the freeway. You guys, we gotta figure this out.
They were knocked out throughout the whole thing?
They were knocked out throughout the whole thing. Like,
wow.
They didn't even know.
Okay, in their defense, I'm a heavy sleeper too, so I can't blame them.
Yeah, like it was fucked, bro, and then and just like not wanting to stop at rest stops and shit, like them creepy ass rest stops, you know, like at night and shit.
Yeah, so, some of them, yeah, they do look sketchy. Even daytime, they did look a little weird.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I never really took like a big road trip, but Vegas is basically it. You know, I've been to Arizona once, but that was just for like a funeral, and then we drove all the way back. So.
I'm not a huge fan of like road trips if I have to drive.
I bet.
And you know, like I just feel like, I mean, I don't know, I guess call me spoiled, but I just want to fly and get there, you know, like sometimes 13 hours is not the business to be like in a car, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, out of all that, aside from California, what's like from your favorite places to go perform?
I mean, right now it's not California, but my new favorite place to perform is New Mexico.
Okay, why is that?
I just feel like they're hungry for music, and they're not as spoiled as Cali. Like Cali, there's an artist left and right. Everybody wants to be an artist. So when you're performing, like you have to grind and earn your fans and get people to your shows because they're there for you. And like over there, it's like it's like a little bit of both. Like they hear a hip hop artist is coming, and like they'll go to that bar or they'll go there just to like see what it's about. And for the Price Just Went Up tour, it was the homie Def I, which is like a local. He's like a local there
in New Mexico.
He's really really dope. He performed with a full live band with like a fucking cello, the bass, and the drums, and just on some like the roots. Like shout out Def I, like he's really dope. And then Vel the Wonder, Yoshi, and what's homie's name? Is it Third Eye? TR3. He's from like Atlanta, but he also performed. But anyway, New Mexico, they showed hella love from like crowd energy to like almost like clearing our merch table. Like they were just like, yo, what you got? Like, oh, that's okay. Like they made sure they got something. Like they were very supportive, and just the way that they appreciate music was just something that I was just like, wow, like this is cool. Like this is cool that I don't see this where I live, but I can leave and I can see it over here, you know?
Yeah, I honestly believe it's like a thing where, you know, people go to like a up and coming like artist show or like a local show, and then like they see like someone came from like another state over here. Now people are like, all right, now let's really, you know, give this person a listen. Fuck, man, I'm not gonna lie, this dinner's gonna be the death of me. I'm not gonna do this ever again. So forgive me for burping so much. But yeah, no, I believe it too, because I interviewed Freshie. Freshie's from Cleveland, and he ended up making his way out here to LA for a show. And so, you know, we went, and the show got shut down because of Otto, which is another person I interviewed. I hate just reverting back to people I interviewed before, but yeah, Otto's from Florida, and then he blew out the speakers at this event, and yeah, his vocals were really that high. So yeah, he ended up blowing it out, and yeah, the show got like shut down early. I think like after an hour, and then yeah, just interviewed Freshie, and you know, either way, like these out of state dudes are like really out here to try to like show up one another. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what like maybe like New Mexico and like Texas, Seattle people are thinking right now. Like, oh, this guy's from California out here. Oh, okay, so he must be making something out of himself. All right, let's hear what he has to say. And that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
Or you can also take the 1TakeJay route and pretty much like call out the whole entire New York City because they weren't fucking with the set, and then he went into the mosh pit and he was like, "Hey, I found out."
What you said, 1TakeJay?
Yeah, 1TakeJay. So I guess he was on tour with Shoreline, and people weren't like messing with the set, so he was like, "Look, I'm gonna jump in that mosh pit. If you guys aren't, you know, if I come out without a single bruise or I'm not bleeding at all, y'all are pussy." And then he just jumps in the mosh pit and just starts like, you know, raging with everybody during the set. That one, I'm like, okay, that's a new way to get attention. That's actually really smart though. So, Yeah, shout out 1TakeJay on that one. That shit's crazy.
Shout out 1TakeJay. Like I've seen him live a couple times. He's very good at what he does, and I fuck with it. Like it's fun, it's entertaining, and it gets the people going, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and it's funny even with the simple flow that he actually has punchlines with this whole thing.
Oh no, yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah, like
he
he
has
found a balance.
punchlines for sure. I've seen him live a couple times, and or with the homie Gabe C he like has shows in LA from time to time, and then he'll like ask me to swing through. Shout out to Gabe C. Like that dude. Like I just met him last year, but the way he's been grinding, his dedication, his passion, like those are the kind of people that I kind of like to associate myself with. People that are inspiring me to work harder, go harder, go harder. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but you putting like going on live, writing songs right there on the spot, and engaging with your viewers. That's actually really creative. I think people just kind of just like go on live, play music, and then they just ignore all the comments and just show that okay, I'm working. Where like you're really engaging at the same time.
To be honest, I think that should help me because whenever I'm by myself, like I kind of I overthink my shit sometimes, and then I'll be like, and then if I'm in the comments, it's like, yo, there's no time to think. You gotta just come up with a song right now, like boom, 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 here you go, you know.
Yeah.
And like the comments are there, and it was crazy because they would dip and then come back, and then dip and then come back, and then they were just kind of like giving me time to write, and then they would still come back to the chat, and then it was just cool to have everybody in there just kind of tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, yeah.